Do not ever cut me off like that again.
But it felt
How
so good.
rude. How rude. I am offended.
That's what Rian lives for.
So we're keeping the mics on now? I thought we were mics off.
Like he said, whoopsies.
Yeah, I think we're waiting for about 2 or 3 more players. Okay, I think we're missing Tony and Rue, if I'm not mistaken. Just give them another minute or so before we start.
I'm voting out Ray on the host, just because he hasn't been giving us the answers we seek.
I'm gonna jump on that bandwagon.
Okay, Rue says he's on his way.
So it looked like you had a wiener on the floor. Were you like so into that sausage game that you got like a pillow that looks like a sausage on your floor?
Yeah, I bought like what you call it, plushies of the sausage.
Ruan messaged in the main chat that it says that the host is waiting to start the meeting.
I wonder if he's gone to the right one because I originally went to the
Yeah.
wrong one and then I had to quickly come to the right one. Yeah, he might have clicked on the
Again,
first one or something. No,
I
I don't know
state
because I also
I'm
struggled.
voting out Rian host for not letting people into the group.
To the wrong one.
Yeah, I probably went to the wrong one. I did the same thing.
Okay, but while we wait for him, I think we can start with the vote reading. All right, so the player with the highest amount of votes, you will be banished from the castle. First player to reveal their votes, Daniel.
So I went for Dylan. Sorry.
Kyrie,
I also voted for Dylan.
Sergio,
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer at this time. I voted for Dylan F. Sorry.
okay. I've got Pam's vote as well. She could unfortunately not make it due to work obligations. So I'm just going to read you her reason for the vote. She states that because Dylan F stood out at the last banishment and got votes, she voted for him again. Chris,
Okay, so oh god, now it went off. I think like everybody else, I mean, Dylan, I wish you were kind of a little bit more vocal. Normally you fight in games. This is like a little bit unlike you. So I'm voting for you.
Caleb,
Dylan F. You were in that Harry Potter conversation. You were in the same room as Naomi, and I think we need to know if we were following the spike room correctly.
Tony,
I'm the same as Caleb with that one. I want to see if the cookie crumbs are actually correct. It's just to take out a grey area. So yeah, Dylan F.
okay, I've also got Taylor's vote here. He could also not make it tonight. He stated that there is too much to ignore at this point, and even if something happened with the medallions and marking, the fact you are still alive is sus. Okay, so Dylan F. Another vote. Ruan,
My vote is for Dylan. The Harry Potter stuff, the evidence was just too much and overwhelming. We can't really overlook it.
thank you. Rian,
My vote is unfortunately for you, Dylan F, because I've played with you before and this is just up normal from you.
Jurgen,
I also voted for Dylan F.
Cobus,
I also voted for Dylan F.
Dylan F.
Like I said, my name doesn't show. Is for UG, and you all know already why.
Here, you've got one vote. Adrian,
My vote is for Dylan F. I don't know what your logic is behind backing down and giving up. I heard someone say that that's not what you do normally in games, so that's even more of a reason to vote you out today because it's giving traitor.
Byron,
Yeah, I think all the reasons have kind of already been laid out there. Also voting for Dylan F. Same as the last vote. Okay.
Najwa,
Dylan F as well. Sorry, you just didn't give enough evidence against yourself with the Harry Potter thing.
Mira? This is another vote for Dylan F. Then I'm also going to read you out Jennifer's reason for votes. She's just basing her vote on conversations that she had before the roundtable, and her vote is also going to Dylan F. And then lastly, Dylan Brown.
Yeah, so from my side, Dylan, we played this this game before in previous seasons. I remember in a previous season where there were traitors that were trying to frame you for as a traitor for many rounds, and you defended with such valor. And in this game, it's just felt you've not been defending yourself like you did previously. So my vote is also for you.
Okay, well, in a landslide unanimous vote of 18-1, Dylan Fourie, you have been banished from the castle. So now is the moment for you to reveal your true identity to the rest of the players before you leave us.
Okay, so before I do the reveal that everyone hopes it is what they think. So I haven't really been defending myself that much because life's been a bitch. University workload has doubled, and I've only been able to now see my family 4 times a year due to me not living with them anymore. So with all of this, it's just been a lot outside the game. So the moment you've all been waiting for, I have always in this game been faithful to the traitors.
Oh my god. Yo.
Yo,
My
Brad, he
heart's
slicks him.
Well done, everyone.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
We'll just too hard to ignore. It's fine.
That was wild. Oh, he didn't waste no time.
Rian, you look so shocked.
I don't know why we're shocked, because I mean, we knew. We did know.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, so he's a traitor. Oh, good kid.
Well, they're doing it for ratings, for the drama of it all.
No, when he said faithfully a traitor, I kind of like freaked out a
Oh,
little.
I'm just
oh,
thinking,
oh my word.
The faithfuls
Two
are on
times in a
fire.
row. That's amazing, guys. 2,000 in a row.
Faithfuls are on
Two
fire.
times. Wow, flippy done.
Well done, guys.
Well done.
Well done.
Tonight's been a lot.
Oh, that bothers me.
What bothers you?
The fact that the traders are just giving up. Like, make this hard for me, please.
Oh, now
Okay,
that
I'm glad
Well,
you
there
said
are still
that.
now that
traitors.
you say that,
I am
There are
glad that
traitors,
someone said
yeah,
that
and they,
among the traitors.
yes.
Because, as you all know, there are, of course, traitors still left in the game. And with you all having banished 2 of them in a row, they are going to be out for blood. So be careful.
Thank you, Ryan. That's gonna help me sleep tonight.
Oh my god.
I'm
Again,
positive.
I
I
didn't,
vote
I
out
didn't say
Rian
that.
host
That's not what I said. I didn't say that, okay?
for causing more shit.
Forget I said that.
thank you.
Can I just, sorry, I just want to bring something to everybody's attention. I think it's quite important. But Dylan Brown, what the hell are you writing the names on? That little pink thing?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I
Excuse
did
me?
burst into laughter when I saw you're very cute.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's my daughter's working for it. So yeah.
I'm gonna log off,
Sure.
guys.
What can
I'm
I
not
say?
feeling
Just making sure it's visible.
too fresh, so I need to get an early night.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
Roo,
been a
no
long
probs. Yeah,
day.
I think I'm
Yeah.
also, all of us are pretty exhausted, but I'm now adrenalized.
Yeah.
Let's take this
Yahya,
victory.
Yahya, are
Bye,
you still
Roo.
here?
I am sorry, the camera is just not working. My phone
Oh,
died. I do apologize, but I'm still here. Sorry.
oh
It's not
God.
that I don't want to show
I just
myself.
want, I
Oh.
know, but I just want you to maybe clear the air there as to
Yeah.
why
Oh, yes, I was
Dylan
going
would have
to. Mm,
Dylan would have obviously mentioned your name and the fact that, well, I wasn't even mention it, but the fact that he's a traitor and he mentioned your name at the end of the day, so just explain yourself maybe clearly for us.
yeah, sure. Okay, so the reason that's the thing. I wanted the reason as to why he said that, and he's going back to the wanting to spread who won the medallions far and wide to the other groups. Okay, I had this chat with my group of people, and I stick to my word though. I never told anybody who won in my challenge and who lost. So nobody had that information of who had the medallions or who didn't. The funny thing for me is though, it's weird that it got to him. That's for me in the first. That's very suspicious for me as to who told him that I wanted that information because it didn't go.
Because
It
I
didn't
know
go
you
out of
were
our
you,
conversation. Hmm?
yeah, you were in on my group, and
Yes.
you did say exactly the words that he mentioned tonight. That you obviously wanted to know, did the host say that we can share the result of who won the medallion or not? But we then obviously told you in the group that, well, he didn't basically say that. We just says that information is key in this game.
Now, the funny thing is, what I heard of after the
So
challenge,
it's
obviously, when it was public knowledge of who won and when it was mentioned, it was quite funny for me to find out that there was at least one person in each group that said, guys, let's keep it a secret. And that was funny. That was strange because, like before mentioned, it is a. I'm not saying it is so or it isn't, but in my mind, the traitors would have split themselves up because there was time to choose which challenge you were going to do. Right? You had like time to choose which one you were going to do, and I think it would just be obvious that the traitors would split them up to have eyes and ears everywhere. If people are not, I don't know, that's my way of thinking, because they want to have all the information. Because by keeping the information a secret, are you actually thinking to yourself that, okay, let the traitors go for someone that might have a medallion and then they're safe, so no murder? I doubt that would have happened, to be honest. So
but
yeah,
in whose group? I'm sorry, I'm just Dylan F. In whose group are he?
C with Naomi.
C.
Group C. Yeah, Group C.
Yeah.
So
Group
Naomi
C.
got
Sausage.
murdered in his
Yeah.
group, so he was a
Yeah.
traitor. So then it means I'm not. I'm just putting this. If Yuna say that, yeah, there was each group there was a traitor.
Yeah.
Why would a traitor go for you tonight?
Yeah, that's strange for me as well. Again, it all kind of depends who's the person that gave him that information in our group, because it is someone in our group, definitely. Someone had to give him that information, and that person is now
I
quite.
didn't give that information. I can be 100%. I
I know.
never
Or
ever
it's a
I
grapevine
believe
did.
thing where
you.
What
somebody told someone they trusted, who told someone they trusted, who told someone, and it went boop, 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 boop,
Or
boop,
it could
but
be
you
that,
don't
yes,
know.
but
Who was
that
in your
conversation
group?
in our group B was Daniel, Hyrie, I believe, yeah, Ruan, and Rian,
Me
and myself.
and me.
and
Oh, yeah, sorry,
DM and
Anatra,
myself.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't want
I,
to.
I,
I
Obviously,
mean,
because I wasn't safe, so that's something that protected all of us. So even
exactly.
like people that were my allies, I was like, I didn't want to share it with him at all. So,
So if
how it went through grapevine that way.
Yeah, I hope
so
because
we
for me the big question still remains, and it wasn't really answered. He couldn't now answer it. Now he's basically banished. It would be very interesting to see who went to him because yes, Tony, you did mention the fact that if you say something in the matter of you trust someone, but that conversation that happened in our group never left our group. That's the thing. It never
it
left
did.
our group.
It
I
had
wonder
to
if it's the
because
same mystery person that was telling Pam that her name was being said.
That's my thing as well. Who brought Pam's name up? That's my big question as well. And now I know she's not on the call today, and she probably would have said it. I'm sure she would, or maybe not. But yeah, that's also a big question. Now going forward, now that Dylan is out, he was a traitor.
Yeah.
I would love to know who brought the attention to Pam. In all honesty.
okay, but coming back to our group, someone in our group
Yeah.
spilled the
Yes.
beans. So
Yes.
if it's not Nazwa, it's not me, it's not you, then the three that is left, can you speak up?
Which group was this?
I tried to actually
Grouping.
speak up, and I was the first person that said we should keep it a secret. And some of you are pretending like you don't watch the show. That's what they do in the show. We keep it a secret. So I'm flabbergasted
He said good
sometimes.
night.
I think there's sometimes misdirection. So
yeah.
No, but that's the
I mean,
thing.
we
Remember,
spoke about it in our group
sorry.
also. We said,
Mhm.
let's not tell anyone. And then I said, well, I think it would be a bit silly either way, but I think there's probably a traitor. I did bring it up. But then we still agreed to not tell anyone, and we stuck to
Same.
that.
The same thing happened with us as well. I brought it up. Yes, I definitely brought it up that I thought keeping it a secret is a bit weird because I heard it from someone else as well that brought it up that their team was keeping it a secret. I'm thinking to myself, but why would they keep it a secret? Just thinking about the fact that they could split into three, the traitors, and go into each group just to nab eyes and ears everywhere. That was my thinking. And now all of a sudden he's bringing it up like I wanted to spread who won the medallions. I never asked for that. I only mentioned that in my group. I never even mentioned it in main chat. So it's quite interesting for me to see, oh, who went to Mr. Dylan F to tell
You
him
almost
about
sort
it?
of, and whoever went to him kind of changed the narrative of how you said it
Yes,
seems.
yes.
Like
Because my
making it look
last
like
wording in that group was as well, just to state for everybody else, I said I am going to go with the group and keep this a secret. It's fine. I'm going to go with the group. Because I don't have anything to I don't like that. But it was for me just to keep to the group and just see how it plays out. So yeah.
And considering the fact that for all of us, I mean, this was unanimous vote. We were all going for Dylan F, but somebody still was talking to him with information.
Yes. Yes.
Which is a
Those
traitor.
somebody's old people, yes.
This is a traitor.
Still somebody's you want to know.
Yeah.
So
But then
logic
it makes me think that there must be a possible traitor in your group.
Correct.
For sure.
Or somebody in your group is trusting somebody who's a traitor and they don't realize they are trusting the wrong people.
Correct.
This is the problem. This is the caveat of this game, is that you could be like
Well,
allied so closely to a
I
traitor.
should have asked Dylan.
Yeah, but
funny
then
enough,
think of it like this: like
Yes.
if you were in that group and you're not a traitor and you told someone, who did you tell? Because that means that person could possibly be a traitor.
Yeah, own up kind of thing, because then it can help us do the hunting, the eliminations.
The funny thing for me though is I really wanted to ask Dylan, when did he hear this? Because that actually kind of would have maybe made more sense. Because obviously the results were given to us eventually by Rian, hello, but after the murder, I believe. But for me, the question is, when did you hear this apparently? Because that would have made a bit more sense if it actually did come from our group, or if like we are thinking somebody trusted somebody and it just went on and on and on and eventually got to Dylan.
You mean
The
afterwards?
thing is, we also need to be mindful.
Yeah.
There are multiple traitors.
Yeah.
So the traitors would be working together as much as they could. They would be feeding each other as much information as they could.
Yes.
And it's been confirmed that an F was a traitor, which means he could have received that information from another traitor.
Yeah. So basically, we're not going to get that answer.
Obviously.
And if you guys go back,
and
the
then F would
traitors.
have also changed the story what he could to try to protect the other traitors in the game. Sorry, Rihanna, I spoke over you. My apologies.
Yes, sorry. I just want to say, it's if you look at the vote, the traitors is voting for a traitor. Kat voted for Dylan for tonight. I'm not saying you're a traitor. I'm just saying that he voted for you.
And since
So
this
there's a
was a
pattern that-
unanimous Dylan F vote, there are traitors here. There are traitors here that voted Dylan F.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just, it's just logic. Anyways.
No, I'm agreeing with you, Rhea. I'm saying, yeah, I'm agreeing with you that the traitors are kind of turning on each other, not necessarily turning on each other in terms of betrayal, but writing each other's names down to cover up for themselves.
I mean, we had said this before. Dylan F was kind of a sinking ship, so
yes,
kind of doesn't surprise me because I remember I had said that that's maybe also the reason that they had chosen to kill someone that was in Dylan F's room.
Mm-mm. But the funny thing is,
I know about
the sass off of them.
Yes,
Sorry,
I know about the conversation that I'm just putting this out here. So there was two people, and those people really pushed hard for the wine story, where it was clearly stated that the kill happened in the
Harry
snake
Potter
story. It's just so obviously tonight to me that this person really was trying hardest to go for the wine story. And not the snake story.
Do you want to share a name there?
You want to say who that was?
I'm confused.
Yeah, that was you. You are the
Yes.
one that came to me and say, the wine, it happened with the wine, it happened with the wine. And I'm repeatedly told you it happened in the snake thing.
No, I get that completely. Yeah, no, that what I saw, I thought it was the wine thing, that happened as well. But after looking back at the snake suggestion that you made, it made sense. I never looked at in the beginning when you mentioned it. I never really looked at who had the medallions, but then I re-looked at it, and then I'm like, okay, yes, it made complete sense. So, and then I backed off of my story. I never like pushed anything further than that. So. But I thought it could be wine. It could that could have been a reason as well, because it was just strange about the drinks coming forward and Kinsey getting permission to drink it, and then asking her how she feels after it, and she literally said, "Oh yes, that made me feel so much better." That kind of looked like a murder to me as well in plain sight. I literally went back and just to see kind of where Kinsey was talking or chatting in the main chat when her murder happened, and that thing stood out for me. And when you brought up the snake thing, obviously I said yes. I firstly I did not disagree with you. I said it's an option, and I had to look at it twice just to make sure. And then eventually, yes, you were right. So.
Dylan Brown was also on that wine thing. And I think what annoyed me about the wine story was that Quinn was the main implicated person there, but I was implicated in that wine story too, which I was like, because of the Amarula. So it's interesting to hear that Yuji, you were also pushing that wine story because I was implicated in that. I didn't hear that you were also, yeah, so that's a bit confusing for me because
Yeah,
that
no,
just,
So
because
from
I
my
know
side,
that,
So from
Go
my
ahead,
side,
Hannah.
just to explain, I also had identified the wine aspect, and obviously I had a few conversations with some people on the school. Obviously, I'm not going to mention names, but there were the two leading theories: one being the snake, the one being the wine. And how I had interpreted it with symbolism, with the snake and the goblets, that's a poison chalice. So that was where I was coming from. Obviously, with the spy's revelation that there were two traitors involved, it was a case of it was either Kat and Quinn or it was Kat and Dylan F. And then, so that is where I was coming from. And then, obviously, with the revelations, as well as discussions I had with people on this call, it was clear that it was actually the snake, not the wine.
Oh, that's
I
the
do
same
remember when you were
realizing
pushing the
impact.
wine thing, you did say that the main person that seemed to be in most of both of those stories was Cat Dylan. I remember you saying that, but I just also remember catching wind of this wine story, and I was implicated in that because of the Amarula. So yeah, it's interesting that people had that bone and they weren't letting it go, even though the snake thing was so obvious.
And obviously that would be
Happy baby.
it would be a big conversation to have, because a traitor would defend, or trying to defend, their fellow traitor, but because the kill was so obviously there and that it was the two of them, that person could have done nothing to help them get away with the murder. It was just too much. Like I say, it was just for me. I got so frustrated, and I actually lost my cool, because it was just it is, and it's like, how can you say it is, and in front of your eyes it isn't that story, but you kept on going about it and going on about it and on about it, and now tonight he votes for you, of all people, out of nowhere.
Okay, I get where you're coming from, Rian. I never said it couldn't be you, that story. Let's just correct that. I never said your story was not the case. I said you have your opinion and I have mine, and that's it. I never said you were wrong. So, yeah. Anyway.
I mean, as a side note, I think it's very important that we disagree occasionally, because that's how we debate stuff. Like, if you don't have an opinion, you won't disagree with anyone. And if you do disagree with anyone, it means that you have a valid point of thinking a certain way. So I don't think it's bad that we disagree occasionally. Us at Faithfuls have to do that in order to get the traitors. Again, that was my rap. Someone carry on.
Yeah, I don't.
Just to add on to that, obviously, with all of these, and in this game, we are going to analyze every single thing we see. And, we could see different things. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. But the fact is, we still need to keep our eyes open and keep our minds open. Because if we shut either one, then we're going into this game blind.
Yeah.
And then that only benefits the traitors.
I am going to say something, and I've been purposely trying to be quiet in this round because
Rian just sent a photo.
Never mind. What the?
Picture of 5 scrolls.
I do not want any of that.
Why does that just look like recruitment to me? Why would there be
Wait, what are we
scrolls?
talking about? Oh,
There's
Rian
a
just
picture
put
in
a
the
photo in the
announcements,
announcements.
Tony.
okay, I just saw it now. One, two,
That's
three, four,
weird.
five. Or is he just telling us that there were 5 invites and now 2 are? I don't know. I'm not touching that.
I'm
I
also
ain't saying claim
noticing
or
that it
nothing.
looks like 3 of those scrolls look, the thing around the scrolls, 3 of them look red, the other 2 look like greenish.
And one of the
Yeah.
parchments does not have the bottom thing that the rest have.
I think there were 5 traitors.
Oh, you're right.
5 traitors,
Oh,
I
you're
reckon.
right. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to be paranoid, but
Oh.
I do see a Gryffindor thing on the right.
But I would hope we're
Yeah.
done with the Harry Potter thing
didn't
now.
even know that.
Because it was said 2 people, right, with the Harry Potter thing.
And it's the
There we
castle
go.
outside in the window.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Castle
Daniel,
was
you were
at
saying sorry
yeah.
before you were
Daniel, yes,
interrupted rudely
before
by the
time and
host.
before the time goes up.
On that map.
You
Honestly,
got 4.5 minutes.
I am purposefully quiet now, and I understand how that feels. But from a bit more of a personal side, I felt like I've been told to be quiet, to basically ensure that that's the only way that we can move forward now. And I don't want us to have to play that kind of game. I don't want to feel like in any kind of situation we need to quieten ourselves down, because I
Never
do
dim
come
your
with
light.
ideas. I do come with ideas and I do come with questions. And if that seems like any way implicating me, then so be it. But now I'm really sitting here quite nervous to have to say anything really. Um, and we shouldn't be making each other feel like that. We should be asking questions and being open to exactly like we said earlier, the disagreements of it all, um, without it being kind of like an attack, if that makes sense. Um,
I think
He's typing. He's typing. Or he's not typing anymore.
I
He
think
was for a
also
second, but he stopped.
it
Now he's
shouldn't
typing
be.
again.
He's typing again.
I think never be quiet. I think anyone in this game should speak their mind and should speak always. And if people are telling you to be quiet, then maybe those are the people we should be looking
Oh,
at, because while they're trying to
Oh
cut you
my
off.
god.
that sounds like a recruitment.
Stay away from me.
Five scrolls sit waiting,
Away
sealed,
from me.
mysterious, and destined for a
If there's
select
3 minutes
few.
left.
Keep an eye on your mailbox because one of them might
Stay
soon come
away
Oh,
on.
it's a recruitment.
No.
Does that mean there's 5 traitors? Is that what that means?
Why does it say destined for
does that
select
mean
few?
there's
Or
still
it says destined for select
I
few.
mean, was
Is
this
he
you guys
saying
think
that
there was
they're going to try to recruit multiple people?
Yeah,
Sorry, can I
five's
just
a lot. So
Or it could be murder. It could be
A massacre. It was five people.
Ready for the red wedding.
Mass murder.
Wow.
I just want to
I think it's
also.
Stay away
either
from me.
accept or
Byron
you
wants to
can
say
remove.
something, guys.
I just wanted to also say about the whole like talking thing. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing if people don't bring names. I think as long as we're talking and asking questions. I mean, sometimes people's questions and other people's answers are actually more valuable than bringing your own names because it leads you to make your own decisions instead of just jumping on the bandwagon with a name that someone else has to say. So I literally think any form of communication is good and we should definitely keep that going. No one should
and
stop
I think it's fair
talking.
to say not everyone has a name. Yeah, we don't know
Exactly.
always a name.
We had it easy for
Sorry,
2
Yuchi?
weeks
Yeah.
now, but now we're back to square one.
Right.
Yeah. But that's the
Just
thing for me, Byron. Just wanted to add to that. Yes, I get that, but there are some people literally, and that's the thing that I said in the call before the vote. We don't want to get to a point where strong faithfuls that are vocal come to a point where I literally go by name and be like, as an example, as I said, Adrian, please say something. You haven't said anything or haven't mentioned really anything. Like you don't want to get to that point. And that's what I'm trying to get to. Like I get it. If you don't, I don't believe nobody has a name. You must have a name by now. It's strange for me if you don't have a name because that's very suspicious. I'll be
Huh?
honest. I'm going to say that straight up.
What?
so coming back to Dylan,
You were
Daniel,
just an example,
it's
No, no,
Adrian.
it's an example. It's an example.
yeah,
My bad.
Dylan. It wasn't like tonight. I called out Yechi's name, and I've said Yechi. That is how I defend in trying to keep us on the right track. It's not just talking and talking, and we don't get a name. I mentioned about now tonight. Look here, I'll be honest, blend honest. We are friends outside of this game, close friends. For me to mention his name, it takes courage and it takes like everything out of me to mention his name tonight. It's just because all the docs was there